Fancy seeing you here. What? Oh, I'm just hanging around. Oh, got your nose. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I have a very special friend here. Her name is Maddie.
Hello!
And I met her at none other place than college, university. And today we are going to be doing something very special. In my pouch of wisdom here, I have a game called Story Dice. Story Cubes, my apologies. And basically what we're going to be doing is these dice have little, I don't know if you can see, there's like, they have little images on them. And we're going to be rolling the dice, and then we'll go back and forth picking a cube, showing you what the image is, and we're telling a story the whole time. So, are you ready?
I am fucking ready.
Cool,
Let's go.
Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we just rolled the dice, and the ones that we got were a fancy cup, a pill, a crown, rain, a crab, and a puzzle piece, or a missing puzzle piece, depending on how you interpret it.
True. Up for interpretation.
So, since Maddie is my guest, I'm gonna let her start off the story,
Woo!
and then
Okay.
we'll just go back and forth, and it'll be fun.
It'll be a ride. So once there was a crab, and his name was Jonathon. Jonathon the crab. And he was just chilling in like Florida on the beach, just having the time of his life.
Right.
And all of a sudden, there's this huge tornado, and Jonathon gets whipped up in the tornado, and then the tornado travels like 10 miles way out to sea.
Oh my god.
And all of a sudden, boom, he is plopped down in the middle of the ocean, and he has no idea where he goes. Your turn.
Okay, so Jonathon the crab is in the middle of the frickin' ocean, absolutely just freaking out because he doesn't really know how to swim either. You know, he's a beach crab. He's used to being in low tide areas where he can walk around, you know, on the beach collecting sand pebbles. That's his hobby.
Yeah.
And so now he's just in the middle of this ocean, just trying to like dog paddle it out.
Not die.
Yeah, praying to his Jonathon the crab gods. You know, just like, please don't let me die in this forsaken place. Then a space worm came down from the heavens and was like, Jonathon the crab, I've heard your prayers and now I'm answering them.
Oh my god.
And this space worm uses his space worm eyeballs to like levitate him into like out of the water.
Okay.
And then carries him off to a far off like small island in the distance covered in vegetation and stuff. And plops him down. The worm is like, this can be your new home. The only catch is every time it rains you turn to stone.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
Your turn.
My turn. One extremely blustery day on this oasis.
Blustery.
It starts a pouring like hard, and then all of a sudden Jonathon the crab is stone, okay? And turns out that it continues raining for like 15 years. So he is stone for 15 years, and then all of a sudden it stops raining. Finally, Jonathon is no longer stone. But he looks around him. The oasis has
it is a desert now.
become a desert.
Oh my god!
And he's like, the fuck happened? He deduced that the only way, like, all of this lush greenery could suddenly be desert is if I was stone for a while. Like, a good long while. And then he's like, oh shit, like, what am I gonna do? He's praying to the gods, Jonathon the crab's gods, and he's like, Lords, please help me. There's nothing around here. I don't know what to do. And then the space worm's brother answers his prayer, and he's like, Jonathon, I have a pill for you. that you can take for when it's rainy and you won't turn to stone. And Jonathon the crab is like, oh hell yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
skeet around the system here. I got a magical pill. Once he takes the pill, he can no longer be stone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he got over this little bump in the road here. So Jonathon, he goes on his merry way, and he's like, it's raining, like, at this time, but
It's raining, man.
he can enjoy the rain this time. But it continues raining for, like, another 5 years. And he's like, okay, there is something really wrong here. It should not be raining for 5 years. And he's, like, a bit older at this time, and he's like, there's something supernatural I'm sensing about this whole situation. Okay, someone just obviously doesn't like Jonathon here, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go find this son of a bitch who is making it rain like Hail Mary up in here in
Like
this
Hail Mary.
desert. So Jonathon begins his journey to save his own life.
Nice. That was really good. Okay. So Jonathon is walking around in this desert where the beach used to be, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
And so on this, like, what used to be an island oasis, there is, like, a mountain.
Oh.
It's sort of, like, in the middle.
Okay.
And so he starts walking towards the mountain. He's gonna climb up the mountain to the top of it to see if he can find, you know, any sort of wisdom or
Right.
or knowledge about why it's, like, raining, but it's still a desert,
Right. Okay.
you know?
Gotcha.
So as he's going up the mountain, he comes across a cave.
Oh.
And in the cave he hears faint music playing, and people
Ooh.
like, you know,
Okay.
sort of like,
Bopping.
yeah, bopping.
Okay.
And so he enters into the cave because he's like, I've been alone for a while. I deserve a party. He starts, crab walking into into this cave, and it's like dark and damp a little bit. He comes across an opening into this giant cave arena where people are like dancing and like they're like having like a ritual party. Hoo-ah-ha-wah-hoo-ah-ha-wah-ha.
Chant, chant.
He enters into this party thing. It's full of other crabs. But
What?
these crabs are different. They're hermit crabs. But they don't have any shells.
Naked hermit crabs.
Naked hermit crabs. So all the hermit crabs, they're kind of like, who is this person who's just like walking in, looking a bit different? Also, he doesn't need a shell. What?
Yeah.
Why? How?
Okay. Yeah.
And so he makes his way down to like the center of the arena, and like the chieftain of the naked hermit crabs catches him in the corner of his eye, and it's like, alas, the chosen one! And everyone stops. The music stops. It's silent. Everyone turns and looks at Jonathon the crab, and then they all start cheering. They're like, woo!
Yes. Our savior is here.
And the chieftain tells the hermit crabs, the one who does not need a shell can bring back the rain because they get their shells from the ocean.
Oh. Okay.
So since he doesn't need a shell and like he doesn't have to be like wet all the time like the hermit crabs do,
Right.
which is why they're in a damp cave.
Yeah.
He can go out and like figure out what the dealio is.
What's the
so
dealio?
They crown him the king of the hermit crabs, and they promise him that if he can find whatever is causing the desert situation to be happening,
Okay.
that they will give him all of the gold and like glory that he could ever want.
All right. So, Jonathon, King Crab Jonathon, he's like, okay, I'm feeling very like warrior-ish right now, so let's do this. He explores around this cave and this mountain. He goes out of the cave on his quest, and he's like just going up this mountain, seeing if there's like anything important at the top, because he's like, maybe there is. In my crab gut, I have a feeling something will be there. He eventually gets to the mountain. He finds this chalice. Okay, it's a very nice chalice. It has jewels on it. And he's like, ooh, a chalice.
Ooh.
There's a liquid in here, and it's purple, and it's a bit smoky, vapey. He drinks this purple potion, kind of liquid,
Ooh.
and he's like, tastes like snozberries. Kind of good. And then, all of a sudden, whoa, torrential downpour! He did it! He found the golden chalice, and it's a-raining like nobody's fucking business. And then all of the hermit crabs come out, because it's damp now, because it's raining, and they're so happy. They're like, Jonathon, you done did it, boy! You did it! So then...
Wait. It was already raining, and then that made it a desert.
Okay, so, like I said, torrential downpour, and all of the hermit crabs are like, they're so happy, because they're like, oh my god, it's raining out, and we gonna find ourselves some shells. So they go out, and they find lots of shells, because it's raining, and it like washed up onto the desert. Bunch of shells did. All of the hermit crabs, they got their shells, but then the king who appointed, or the like lead hermit crab who appointed Jonathon the king, he found a shell, that like last shell, but there was a bit of it missing, and he was like, this cannot do. We need to fix this.
So Jonathon is like, of course, anything, Mr. Chieftain Hermit Crab, sir. I will go out and I will find the missing puzzle piece to this shell for you, so that the last hermit crab can, you know, have his shell. Jonathon calls out to his crab gods, or like the
worm gods,
the worm people,
yeah,
who've helped him in the past, the space worms.
Yeah.
And he says, dear space worm people, I need help finding this missing puzzle piece. Can you help me? Like, I could pay you, maybe we could go out for dinner sometime. I'll treat you real nice. It's on me. And so then the space worm's sister comes down. She's like, hey boo, what's up? My name's Shanquikwi. So Bonquikwi, the space worm sister, comes down, and she's like, I will take you to a place full of missing shells and parts, and basically anything missing that goes, or anything that goes missing in like the world goes to this place. So she scoops him up in her worm mouth, and she like worm slithers her way through space, zigzagging around, and then finally they get to this, they stop at this like asteroid, and she's like, if you enter into the cave on this asteroid, you will find everything that has ever gone missing ever. So he's like, okay, cool, thank you so much, like I can do something with that. So then he goes in looking for like the missing piece, right? And he's like, there's so much stuff in here, like there's so many things that go missing.
Yes.
How am I supposed to find this? And so he sort of just like starts, you know, rummaging through everything, you know, trying to like find it, and then eventually he finds this like old man in the asteroid, and the old man is like, I know how you can get the last like the thing that you need, but it's gonna cost something in return. And so Jonathon's like, yeah, no, sure, whatever, I will do anything for these people, I'm so happy for them, I'm just trying to like help them out, whatever. And so the old man is like, in return for this missing piece, you will exchange your life. And so Jonathon is like, I can't let the hermit crab people down.
Right.
These are my people now. I'm their king. I have to set a good example for them, you know. So he does it. He, you know, gives his life away for this missing piece. A hermit crab somewhere can have his shell and live happily. And Jonathon's like, honestly, I'm feeling really fulfilled. Like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
It's gonna be fine. So he calls up, you know, Bonquikwi, the space worm, and it's like, I'm not coming back to like hermit crab village, and I need you to deliver this shell for me. And she's like, yes, of course, like see it on the flippity flop.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hang up. He sells his life, and then she brings the last shell piece to the hermit crabs, and they all live happily ever after.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah. Great story. That was really fun.
That was super fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is just a game that I like to play a lot with my friends, so I thought I would share it with you guys because what better thing to do than just be who you are and do what you want to do,
and
right?
Literally just tell a crazy ass story that makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
0, but it's fine. It's fun.
Yeah, and I think I'm probably gonna make more of these because this is really fun. I really like doing this.
for sure.
And it's just like good for practicing creativity.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. And one last thing, we made a video on Maddie's channel, The Loaded Mustache, THEM.
The Loaded.
No, The Loaded Mustache. You've got this. You've got this.
In the description.
Yeah, it'll be in the description below, so you can look at that if you want. So, okay. Bye!
Bye!